So this video is a brief introduction to the third signpost that we're going to be learning about, called Tough Questions. Now, we all face lots of easy questions on a regular basis. What's for dinner? Where are my shoes? Or which shoes should I wear? Do we have any homework tonight? Those aren't tough questions. Those are very, very easy questions because they have yes, no, black, white, right and wrong answers, and they come very, very quickly. What we're talking about when we talk about tough questions is they're questions that we don't have an answer for a little while because they require us to think more about it and reflect more on something. For example, how am I going to get over this is a tough question after we learn about, the death of a loved one or something like that. Or, the question, what should I do when we're faced with two really tough choices? Or perhaps we're being peer pressured to do something that we know we don't really want to do. And we kind of ask ourselves, am I brave enough to do what I know I should do, even though there's going to be negative consequences at first? Those are the kinds of tough questions that we're talking about, okay? They show an internal conflict that a character is going through, okay? Now, these questions usually show up when a character is talking with a close friend or even to himself or herself. We see it often in movies where a character is in front of a mirror or something like that, and they're talking to themselves. These are instances where tough questions usually come in. They also happen to show up in pairs quite often, in a rhetorical style where a character says something like, if they're feeling alone, like, why won't people talk to me? And, why is this hurting me this way? So we also see them kind of back to back often enough, but they don't have to be. So these tough questions is when a character is asking him or herself a really difficult question that doesn't have a clear answer right away because it shows they're struggling, it shows that internal conflict. Now, when we notice and note that moment, we need to stop and ask ourselves, what does this tough question make me wonder? So what does this tough question make me wonder? And the specific answers that we come up with, they're going to tell us about that internal conflict and perhaps give us an idea of what's going to happen later in the story. So just to kind of recap and review, our third signpost that we want to be on the lookout for is tough questions. It's when a character is asking themselves or a close friend, a really tough question that shows a dilemma they're struggling with. And when that happens, we want to stop and ask, what does this tough question make me wonder? All right, that's the third signpost, and I'll see you for the next one.